Hey, let's talk about some things that I wish I would have known when I started Gyaru. So this TikTok is inspired by Gyaru Mama Lizzie B's post from 3 years ago. I was so entrenched in a lot of my own affairs and priorities, and I was like, yeah, I'll get to that eventually. Here I am now, 3 years later. So in her post, she talks about a lot of things of what she wished that she would have known in the community. Some things I definitely agree with. As a black gal, one point which is a little bit separate is like hair maintenance stuff. Like, black people have our own hair culture, but before getting into other protective styles, I was frying my hair a lot, and that's a lot of heat damage. If you want your hair to grow, perhaps cutting it often and styling it with hot tools is not the best route to go. Try some protective styles. I had some crispy hairstyles. I had hair breakage from bleaching my hair and other wild stuff. So protective styles is a nice way to go. One thing outside of that point is that she mentions that not everybody's going to like you. And that's true. That's life. In life, there's going to be conflict. There's going to be people who agree with things, people who don't, egos getting in the way of human communication and interpersonal relationships. One thing I didn't know would be that a couple of the Gyaru people that I knew would side with someone that I had to stop dating, that they had sentiments of anti-women, anti-black feelings, seem to, like overly objectify black women and certain black women's bodies, and somehow that got put on me. All of that stuff got projected on me, and was like, oh, well, she's popular. Of course, she's in fashion. She'll probably say these things, or to have me look at myself, have other people pointing the finger at me instead of somebody who was punching holes in walls. That a couple of other people who have had pictures taken with him in certain events seem to put him on a pedestal, thinks that he's this super awesome guy because he's Asian, or that he's had pity plays and everything to get sympathy, action time with other women to get back at me or make me jealous. And I wish I would have known that in this subculture outside of mainstream regular life, as if it's some sort of bubble, like away from everything, that there will be people who would claim to be my gal sister or my friend, but would be connected to him, or that would hate me, or that would use that as a way to sabotage a lot of efforts, or to not give compliments. Not saying that I want to have just like butt kisses or whatever, but to not ever give compliments. Everything is criticism, everything is nagging about the things that I love to do, that got me to the point in the Gyaru community in the first place. Has been interesting, or people having verbally expressed that they were on his team, somebody that besides me treats women a certain way, that has a view on black women and plus size black women, and calling people clingy when he's going out of his way to message them pictures and such back and forth. And I wish I would have known to possibly not have like my Gyaru life door like open to somebody like that, or took a different route with communicating with lots of people. Another thing would be people's egos getting into play of certain things, that some people are going to look at it as a competition than a space of collaboration and working together. A New York gal kind of like made mention of that like years ago, and I'm just like, but I just need everything to be happy and like super cute. That there's going to be egos, there's going to be people with unsolved childhood traumas, there's going to be people who are like, I'm here, this is my space, not the site. Like, how dare you like come here and like steal my likes or something like that. I wish I would have known that, a little oblivious in the past, or just like I just want to look at cute stuff right now and cute hair, cute makeup. Another thing, I was a gamer before I became Gyaru, and a lot of people, I also went to school as well, and a lot of people would just see like that Gyaru facet of me, you know, the super big eyes, the white hair, and all of the wild, bizarre, flamboyant fashion first, and or the sexy fashion first, the cool fashion first, and definitely not feel that you are a multi-dimensional human being outside of Gadu, that people are going to be like, oh, huh, you game, yeah, right, or oh, you like this topic, or just like anything else. And it's also a little bit harder when you're also a black woman in an alternative subculture or fashion, and have these other things that aren't stereotypically black, aren't stereotypically like hood or ghetto, and people really like lose their minds when they find out like other stuff like that. Another thing that I wish that I learned when I started Gyaru was that it is a-okay to be a solo Gyaru, that I do not have to force communication and relationships and Gyaru circles with people who don't want that. I don't have to force it or whatever. Like, if there's something that definitely can be built and can prosper and be amazing, that's great, and those people are on board with that same mentality and that same gusto, that same drive as well, that's great. People who are like in it for the lifestyle than just, oh, I'm just trying to be better at you than something, or I'm just trying to get my ego rubbed. Is that it? My ego rubbed type of thing, my ego boost, and like whatever, I'm out type of thing. That it's all right to be solo. It's all right to not be in a Gato circle if it's not like respecting you or respecting your boundaries and everything. That you can do your own thing by yourself. You know, like it's cool to be able to say I am my own person and I can do this thing without needing a whole bunch of people around me. Of course, it's great to be in a Gaudo circle that's functioning and everybody respects everybody else's boundaries and isn't breaking girl code, like flirting with somebody's partner or stealing somebody's love interest or just outright being disrespectful. That it's better to be on your own and be with people who respect you than trying to fit in with people who are taking you for granted, are not grateful that you're there, are not happy that you're spending time with them and getting to know them and being there for them when they needed it the most. Maybe they didn't care or felt entitled to that time. So those are some of the things that I wish that I knew when I was a beginner Garu. Bye.